Should we boop?
Yes.
For old time's sake, I am on the boot pad.
The boot pad. I can't.
All right. I will count us
All
down.
right.
Do we do 3, 2, 1 boop or 1, 2, 3 boop?
3, 2, 1.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Boop.
Boop. Was there a delay?
For sure, but as we learned at some point in time, we use the boops to line it up. So, well, I think you knew that.
As you learned. Yeah.
And I was the one that said it too. I was like, well, we can just line it up. And I was like, oh. And you were like, yeah, you dumbass.
It's like, that's why we do it.
I'm gagged. Well, welcome to Electric Ocean. Plot twist. Which came out of nowhere, by the way, because I was working on Action Park, obviously.
Right.
And I have quite a bit to show there. But I was talking to you like separately, like prior, like in weeks leading up to this. There's just so many like unfinished area. Like there's so much that's already there, but every single one of them is unfinished. So I need to like tie the loose ends up on like one or two, like maybe the infrastructure and the entrance, so that like I can show that off and all of that. So I mean, I keep when I kind of get bored and like with a specific area, I just move on and start a new area, but I haven't like finished anything.
Well, and it's just funny because I feel like this project is you like literally moving on to something else, like as a palette cleanser,
and then not me actually being able to hammer it out, which never happens.
Yes, and I think we also need to talk about the fact that this is a very momentous occasion because in like the 5 years that we've known each other and I've been making content like with each other, you have never made any sort of episode for like just your own project. It's always been like a collaboration or like you're a guest on one of my projects. So this is a very big deal.
It is, and I kind of don't know how to act. I'm like, do I depend on like Remnant for stuff? But then I'm like, he has no idea. So like it's all me.
I'm just here.
No pressure.
I'm just here for the ride.
We're here for the journey.
But you have to insert that clip.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
So we recently hung out several times. We're about to hang out again because you're going to come visit me in Atlanta. But yeah, the summer has been summering between the two of us.
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. Like in the last 3 months, I guess 3 months, we will have seen each other once every month, which used to be once a year.
I know. It's kind of like very surreal. It's been just a summer of hanging out, which has been like really super fun.
It's also been super expensive, but that's fine. For me, at least, it's been expensive. Like, thank God, I guess whenever, like one of us comes and visits the other one, like we just stay with each other. So like that helps. But like, the flights be flighting.
Well, this last
time the dinners be dinnering.
The dinners be dinnering. Also, this last time that we hung out, we were in Vegas, and like that was obviously expenses for both of us because like we were like obviously not staying with each other. So like,
yeah, that was like a full on like everything that you would do in a vacation, hotel, flights.
Yes.
Like I had to board the dogs, which I have to board them every time, but like even that, friend, is like so expensive. I think when I came to visit you in San Diego and when I came to Vegas, each time was like almost $1,000.
Yeah.
Just to board them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't go too far down that rabbit hole. Just know that we've seen each other a lot recently and we're about to hang out again, which I can't wait for.
Same.
So I've kind of given an update on Action Park. That is definitely a thing. I love that project. You've seen quite a bit of it. So that will be cool when that comes out. So just, I don't know when, but in the future.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been saying Broadwell isn't dead for years. She's not dead, y'all. I swear to God, she's not dead. But I cannot tell you when any of that's gonna happen. I can't even tell you the next time I'm gonna log into Planet Zoo because it's been months.
Yeah, I think all of our projects right now are just in limbo. Like,
I know.
The last time that I opened Balboa, I like went on a deleting spree, so I don't even know what it looks like right now. And you know what? We might never ever find out. But Twin Palms is still intact and looks amazing.
Are you working on anything else in Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo? Anything you want to plug?
Planet Coaster, I'm currently working on a version 2 of Sonder Springs, which is my project from Planet Coaster 1.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like
very excited for that.
Yeah, kind of doing like a new version of that with like kind of like the same spirit, but it looks very different. So
yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like a recreation of your first project, which I think is cool. But they feel very in the same family.
Yeah. It's kind of like, and you know, there's so many like cool new features in like Planet Coaster 2, so it's like it's cool to kind of make like a whole new thing. And I think we both have obviously gotten way better since Planet Coaster 1 came out, so it's like I'm not going to build the same thing.
Which your first go, the original of Sonder Springs was Chef's Kiss. Part 2, the sequel, has been kind of crazy. Like the stuff you've been posting on Bro Nation, I'm just like, my God. You know how I feel about inset windows and details and custom handrails, and it's just all of those things. So I can't wait. You know, if you're not following the project loosely on Bro Nation, I can't wait for like other people to see it in a future episode. Maybe. Do you plan on putting it on YouTube at some point?
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. It's just like with our brand, it's very. It's delayed. It'll be.
We can't make any promises.
Yeah, and if no one knows what we're talking about, a lot of this is just already on like Bro Nation. So join that Discord and you'll be able to see everything.
Yeah, that's where a lot of the OGs are, and it's always like super inspiring for me to like see other people's work there too. There's like a handful of people that I pay pretty close attention to, which one of them inspired this project. So you can probably imagine where the idea for a water park heavy family fun park came from. I think when Mineral wrapped up Steve's Wet and Wild, for whatever reason, it was like very inspiring in the moment. And
yeah,
I think you saw it happen. Like I hammered out a lot of this stuff like pretty quick, like a lot quicker than my brand usually does.
Yeah.
So we will have some collaborators in this project too, but most of it is going to be me. I mean, I love that you've helped out tremendously with landscaping in some areas. You've done this area right here by the monument sign, which has been really nice and kind of set the tone for, I think, the palette for this park. Because with you being, this obviously is based in Southern California for those who didn't kind of pick up on that right away, but like with you being a Southern California native your whole life, like you really know how to nail that like palette and vibe. So I knew basically who I needed to ask for help when it came to that. So thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. This is a totally Jash branded project. So it's cool being able to like, help in any way that I can. Cause like this park is very you, just like walking around and looking at it. So I'm excited to see like the new things that you've added since we've looked at it last.
Yeah. So let's, we'll jump around and I'll kind of show you around and we'll go from there.
Yes.
All right. So let's get going. I have like what I'm referring to as the boot pad. There's also Boot Pad Part 2, the sequel, that's on the other side of the parking lot. But I was on the boot pad just because it gives like a nice elevated view of what we were just looking at. So
yes.
I wanted to get down
here.
Now
we're on Street View.
Yeah, we're in Google Street View right now. So one thing that I guess I want to really like commend Frontier on is like right out the gate, like, yes, we all know the game was like wonky when it released. Let's not beat a dead horse at this point, But I will say like some of the pieces that they gave us were like really surprising. Like the little like have you seen this piece, that's this ladder piece that's on the sign? It's like an actual like in game, like this is literally just the same piece like copied over and over to make it long, but like it comes with like the barrel like cage around it and the ladder and everything.
Right. Well, when I saw that, I was like, wondering if that's like an in-game piece, or I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if you just made it, but I am very surprised knowing that this is literally an in-game piece. So bravo, Frontier.
Yes, and I am going to blow your mind. I don't think it's scaled. I think it's actually pretty accurate.
Okay.
I think like in modern times, there would probably be some sort of a module down here if they needed to like reboot the video boards or something. But like just in case they needed to get up there and do like actual like work on it, I did want to make like some sort of a way for them to get up there without trying to wedge like a bucket truck or something. Or, you know, those like electrical truck thingies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that's for. So this is your beautiful palette that you've given us, or given me, for the park, which I think I told you I kind of wanted the like the monument sign, which is where we're at now, the little parking booth when you first drive in, and then the main entrance plaza like would definitely have like most of the color. So I think you kind of nailed that, while like also giving me something to work off of with like just these like green shrubs and stuff like that too. So
yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very much like a mix of like obviously manicured hedges, and then there's some like native overgrown like shrubs and bushes and stuff. So it's kind of like a cool mix of what you'd kind of see it, especially like in like a park with this kind of budget. It's not anything crazy. But I think that they would obviously spend a little tiny bit more money like at the very entrance, where like you're driving in.
Yeah, agreed. You'll kind of see this motif kind of carried over in the main entrance plaza too. But one thing I did want to point out is like this is actually where you would so there's two ways that you can, well, there will be three main exits to the park, just so like traffic kind of disperses. Because I would assume most people, they don't always arrive at the same time, but like a good portion of them are all going to be leaving at the same time. So you have an exit here that we're looking at. There's one that's directly on the other side of where we're standing, like on the other side of the parking lot. But then also there's a single lane that peels off from like the main entrance where you drive in. So I kind of wanted to set these little like sticks here so that people exiting out this way could not turn left back into the park, just to try to keep like traffic flowing. But of course we'd have some people who have hit said sticks or like try to run them over, so they are like a little wonky and crooked. So
they're hanging on by a thread, and that's okay.
Hanging on. Same, literally same. So I get it.
it's a mood.
Who am I to judge? All right, so as you make your way past all of what we just saw, so you're driving in past the monument sign, we'll do like a much deeper dive on this once all of the infrastructure is complete. Like we'll do a full walkthrough of everything, but I'm just kind of showing you guys like the main portions that are complete currently. So you would drive in here. This is that exit lane that I was telling you about. So like the entrance would, like on busy days, they would just move these cones, and it actually does split off into like two different lanes. There's also park hours here, and then we have some attractions that are closed, unfortunately. So if you came here for Riptide, Rocket, or Hammerhead, I am so sorry, but she will be closed today for maintenance, of course.
Yeah.
And what's, very on brand with my brand is I can't tell you when it's going to be open. So, but for right now, there's really no pay to park or anything going on. So we just have one of Mineral's little like bandit sign, A-frame signs out here, just to tell folks to keep moving.
We also need to talk about the signs that you have created, like when it comes to just like graphics too, because like those are not this Electric Ocean one yet, which we will get to obviously, but like I'm talking about like I mean, someone has a Canva Pro account, and it's very clear. Yeah. And, I mean, this is so important to add these small details that like you don't think about like when you're actually at like a park like this or anywhere, and like small like signs like this like really add so much life to an area that could just be have nothing at all. But like when you have all of this like all of these little things that you like to read, it really just like it adds so much realism. So even just adding like the branding to like all of these signs basically, it's I just had to point that out, because I feel like a lot of people would just like overlook that, but I mean, it looks, it just really adds to the realism.
You can appreciate it too because you have a graphic designer in the fam.
Yes.
And while some people like might not find value in it, I definitely find value in it. It, like you said, it ups the ante on that realism.
Yeah.
And in a day and age where like, and listen, honestly, I'm just gonna kind of go off on a very small tangent here. On a day and age where like AI is just like, in my opinion, ruining art for the most part. I made these all by myself, and I am not talented in that way whatsoever. So I promise you can do it too without using AI. Just grab you a little Canva account. Doesn't even have to be a pro account. Have the little Canva watermarks on here. Nobody cares. So a little Easter egg here is the on the season pass, the Electric Ocean like logo is actually the original logo for the park.
Yes.
So this was actually, the logo was the very first thing that I did that kind of inspired the whole thing. And we'll look at it more in depth in a little bit. But when I downloaded the scaling mod, which I would not change for the world, by the way, it's been a game changer on top of an already game changing mechanic in the game.
Kind of
but when I
insane.
downloaded it, the freaking manta ray was just totally wonky, and I just haven't had the passion to like redo it. So she has a wave on her now. Because it's
like
an
the
in-game
wave.
piece.
I like the
I
wave.
do too. I feel like honestly either could be totally fine.
Yeah.
But I do like having that little Easter egg on the little signage.
Yeah. And I think too, it would also make sense, you know, if they did slightly change their branding, like they wouldn't necessarily like change everything like in the park, you know? So
Yeah.
I think it's fine too.
Very budget, which is what we were going for.
Very.
The banner that's on the sliding glass door, so the one that says unlimited fun starts here. I know it's kind of hard to get like the vision, but it's supposed to be one of those like one-way like graphics that like if you're standing in there you can see out, but like people can't see in. Does that make sense?
Oh, I
it's
totally got that. Yeah.
Yeah, like this whole thing, where the two signs are, it's a sliding glass door. So like it's intended to basically be like a little graphic that's on the door.
Yeah. I love that.
Oh, these are like V2 of my parking drums. I changed the tops of them. They used to just have like the little anchor plate on there, and it was cute, but like this feels better to me.
Yeah, it does look really good.
I will not be putting them on the workshop because people keep stealing my shit and re-uploading it as their own. Which is not cool, by the way. Like, don't do that. It's trash.
Literally.
This is the sign that started it all.
I love this.
This whole thing is like 3,000 pieces, by the way.
Well worth it.
Yeah, that's what I said. But it's essentially, I'll try to pop up the name of the piece if I can remember when I'm editing, but it's like it's one of the thin like support beams. And even if you don't have the scaling mod, like it gets really, really small. I think it scales down to like 10%.
Yeah.
So I was able to make, like I said, the whole sign minus the manta ray. Well, I did it like in vanilla and it was scaled perfectly. It just got like a little weird once I downloaded the scaling mod.
Right.
But yeah, totally. I think that's actually, Rubel had reached out and asked what I used for it. And I think that was the same piece that he used for I forget what it's called, but like the ride cover he just did for Mineral in Silver Sands. Almost said
Nice.
Silver Springs. That's a Fleetwood Mac song. My fave. I do want to eventually update these banners because like right now they just match the one that's on the sliding glass door.
Right.
But when I have time, I'll get like a few variations of this sign because there's actually several sides to it. Like it's kind of like a it's kind of like a multi-sided like sign.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'll get a few.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'll get like a few different ones designed and kind of put them on a rotation for these signs here.
Love that. Ridiculous.
All right, here we are. So I did this actually because I was ready to do an episode several weeks ago. And in true Jash and Remnant fashion, I went and deleted some things, moved some stuff around. But when I was like ready to initially do the episode, I made the boot pads, and this is just kind of like an inside joke. Actually, two inside jokes for us, because we say boop a lot when we record, but also we use like part 2 the sequel like in our daily language. So
pretty frequently.
That's what that is. So this is the main entrance to the park.
This view is so good.
I know.
It's so good.
It really is, and it's also the view that keeps on giving. Like as I added like the slides, and one of our guest builders put in a Ferris wheel, which I don't know if that's like the official place for it. But it's been moved around a couple of times, and every time, like just even seeing the view of the Ferris wheel in the background just slowly spinning is like super cool to me.
Right. And I know like you've tested it like with people in the park too. So seeing them like, up on those steps and just like even like in the foreground, it's just like, it's so good. Like we're already seeing so much like movement.
Yeah. You mean on the queue for the slide?
Yes.
Cause it is functional, you guys, which is crazy, by the way. Like, thank God, like Frontier had the kahunas to give us like the invisible pass, like very early on in the game.
I was very surprised.
Which we'll look at. I don't know if we're not going to look at the slides or anything today, just because the areas themselves aren't really like fully fleshed out. But this, for the most part, is where they're going to be. They may shift around a bit, but that entire queue is like completely custom. It's like 8,000 pieces. It's crazy. So I can't wait to show you guys that. But it actually queues on top of a building that I'll show you in a second, like on the roof of the building, which is kind of cool. Like the flat piece we're looking at now. And when people are actually walking on it and queuing it, it looks really, really cool.
Yes. So good.
All right. So parking lot, of course, we were just over there by the monument sign. You can see it there. And there's the parking situation booth. So just to kind of give you an idea of like where we're at, a good chunk of the way completed with the parking lot itself, but there's still a few things that I want to iron out before I show like a aerial view of it, or like go more further into depth. So TB determined there. So if you are a visitor here at Electric Ocean, you would park. There's several areas where you can cross. That sidewalk runs all the way down to that parking booth. And then it does also split off from the park, where I would assume the area itself may be like somewhat walkable. So you kind of have people coming in from like all sorts of different directions. But you would like funnel down into this little plaza area here. So you can walk in here. There's another, where that yellow tent is over there, there's like another little small entrance into the main plaza. But yeah, you would walk up here. No trespassing after hours, please. And then these little gates would close after hours, which obviously anybody could jump that, but you'll see the actual gate to the park is significantly higher.
Right.
For anybody who's trying to question my realism. So you did some more landscaping for me. Praise Gaga.
Yes.
And it looks amazing. Is there anything you wanted to discuss about your palette that you've selected?
I mean, we were just really trying to like hone in on like budget, yet still lush and very Southern Californian. And I think you see a lot of these like sculpture like hedges that they just keep, cutting back every once in a while, mixed in with like a lot of these like other just like bushes that are like on the ground. I was really into like, I really wanted to put these like gravel on the ground and then pots on top of it. I don't know like why I had to do that, but it looks really
love
good.
That. I love that the color is potted. It's not actually planted in the ground. So like, for the most part, like this would be very easy to maintain. As we've discussed in the past, as Mike has discussed in the past, like green is significantly cheaper and easier to maintain than color is.
Right.
And that this is still, even though this is, I say budget, but like they do have a budget. It's just not like a Cedar Point or like a Six Flags level of budget. This is still intended to be kind of like a mom and pop, like family owned park. So like while they do have a budget for these things, it's not expansive, or they just find value in putting it into attractions or, you know, repainting attractions or buildings or something like that. So
right, and I think that these landscaping decisions realistically are like a smart like decision that these people would have made, because I feel like it's pretty like it's easy to maintain and it's not like crazy, you know, when it comes to keeping it all alive and stuff. So yeah.
Well, thank you again for your service.
Of course, anytime.
I didn't point it out, but there is like a little bus stop here outside of the park where, you know, if you were taking public transit, there is a spot to get picked up and dropped off. So
Love that.
We will go around this way. So little fun fact about the park. This was the original entrance. Like, not my entrance, but like the lore and the history of the park. This was the original entrance when it was maybe just like a public swimming pool and like one or two like very small attractions or slides. And over the years, obviously with the amount of people that would be visiting the park, they have had to kind of up the infrastructure of the physical entrance itself. And at first I wanted to do something pretty modern over here, which is why this area kind of seems barren right now. It didn't used to be like that. But I think I actually talked to you about this as well. It started to feel much more expensive than what it was intended to look like. So I kind of settled on this one over here. So this would be, like, I would say this was probably, all of the white and blue buildings were probably constructed onto this brown building, like maybe in like the 70s, like the mid to late 70s. And then this is where the actual like main entrance, if you're not a member. Like if you're a member, you still have easy access to just skip the line essentially. And you would go in this little area here. Like there is a full like metal detector, like you would see at the other entrance. Excuse me. And then there's actually like a spot for you to scan like your member pass or something. We'll also look when we get inside the park, but these lockers specifically are for members. So like you'll notice that they're larger than the other lockers in the park, and they kind of come with your pass. So like your pass would not only get you into the gates or the entrance gate, but it would also scan you into like a locker that's available as well. Is kind of the intention I had.
Love that.
Yeah. Another thing that actually, this is going to sound so stupid. Another thing that actually inspired the project at first was this blue fence. And I think I sent you just this, like without any of the building. It was like the fence and then this welcome members sign. And I was like, but how is she though? And you were like,
well, it was,
you were like, bitch, that looks good.
Yeah, you sent me this, and then like each like message and picture that was sent after was like the blue fence with something else added onto it. It would be like the blue fence and then like the yellow the yellow like security awning, and then there'd be like something else added, and then it literally, and each time I was like, what is this gonna be? And then you're like, oh, I'm just messing around, and then literally turned into like a whole other project, which I love.
It literally did. And I even told you, I was like, this is literally gonna be nothing. I was like, I'm just dicking around to like basically clear my mind on Action Park, because I creatively need like a break from doing what I've been doing. It's so funny. One little thing that I like is they're actually bolted to the ground, which fun. We love that. We have a code of conduct sign basically at every entrance. So like there's one for the member entrance, and then there's a couple over there for the other entrance. I do love this awning too. I mean, it's like pretty simple. The wood just feels really like just sun washed, and just like the elements have just been eating away at it, since the 60s. And like this would be original to the park, They probably had to redo the awning, like the actual like trellis work at some point in time. So like that's why it looks a lot newer than the actual posts. So like that was kind of the vibe that I was going for here. So I hope that is like the illusion that it gives.
Yeah, and like it just looks like everything has been painted over like 500,000 times, and
Perfect.
Like it looks so good. And I also just love like even just like looking at like just like this shot right here. It's like there's a lot of history in it, because it feels like this wasn't all made like at the same time in history. Like a lot of this has been added, and I feel like that's really difficult to like achieve at times, especially when it comes to like this more generic style. So like kudos on doing that, because that's really difficult.
Yeah, and like I swear to God, I'm not like bullshitting when I say that. Like that is literally the vibe that I was going for. I'm like, how can I mix like so many, not only different like architecture styles, I guess, but like time periods as well. Like I wanted this to look like, you know, maybe 60s or 70s, like this to be original, that was like retrofitted with like the awnings and stuff, you know, all of that, and like the fencing, and then this came at a later time as well. So like stuff like that, I was really trying to like keep in mind, like as I was building this area out, like not only how it would have looked in like its original state, but like what did it also look like in the 70s? What did it look like in the 90s? Like what does it look like now? So like trying to keep all of that in mind, like as I was also building, was kind of difficult, but I feel like I did it okay.
Oh no, more than okay. It's so good. It's so good.
Well, thank you. This area just kind of wraps around. I have an idea for this like in the future. I have it probably about 50% fleshed out, and I say this area, I mean like all of this to the left. I have it like kind of fleshed out in my head a little bit, but I really need to figure some stuff out before I think I start actually like building it.
Right.
Because it's pretty lofty and I don't want to do it twice. So there's that.
Right.
All right, we will go inside. So once you if you're a member, of course, you would come here. You can buy your tickets online. If you did not do that, you can actually buy them once you get here to the park. So we do have ticket booths here. And you may have seen in the actual intro to the video, there is a little Easter egg. This is a Twin Palms Entertainment Corporation park. And
Love that
is our joint, I almost said Planet Coaster. It's very Planet Coaster-y. It's definitely like not your typical zoo project on YouTube, but you and I have, of course, Twin Palms, which is kind of like our friendship park, I think. And
yes,
I kind of wanted to pay homage to that, but then also I was like, hey, do you mind if I use this? Because I know it's very much like both of ours.
Use it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So you might notice one of our ticket booths here is busted. Or the TV
Such
is busted.
Not this being like our favorite detail.
I know. This might be one of my favorite details, honestly, of the entrance. And I had initially just put like an image of like the graphic that you see on the TV, and I was like, oh hell no, we can do this better. It needs to actually be like, look like it's in the process of like being fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, or I did. And
so good.
We have some ticket prices here. So you have a daily price. You also have a membership. So you can buy a membership here. You can, of course, buy it online. We're very 2025, but like also we do understand that people might not buy tickets until they physically come here. So
right.
This
but
one
we
is
have that
busted,
option,
by the way. Like
I like that.
I like to think that this has like some sort of acrylic like glass over the front of it, and then somebody just like leaned on it and like busted it, and it shattered a bit.
Yeah, that, or it's just like peeling like really bad.
And I may actually, or that, yeah, I may go into Canva and like see if I can actually reproduce that on the image itself, because I don't necessarily love the way the decal looks on there. So yeah, I might do like a shattered look on it. I think that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Because like I mean, that happens, right? So like I know it's easy to build like everything in your park perfect, where like all of the TVs work and you know a toilet's not broken, or you know what I mean. But like those things actually happen in real life. So like I try to emulate those whenever I can. Like we understand that there's going to be wear and tear in this area. Like how would that look?
Right.
To like the end user, like being, you know, the people watching it or visiting the park or something. So. I forget where I got, I think this might be Patman's. I'll definitely double check, but I just threw a little cone here just to double down on, hey, don't come in here, even though you know somebody will probably move it and do just that. So
yeah.
So here is the actual entrance building. this has all been kind of like the little plaza area, but this is where you physically enter the park, and then it's just off to the races on slides and rides and all of that fun stuff.
Yes.
So before you enter, there is a security check. So you would just come through this area here. This will funnel you into these, it's like 2 main little entrance gate, and then there's also one that's like handicapped accessible. But basically you'll go through the metal detectors, enter there. If you have a bag, like a beach bag or a purse or anything like that, they would just check it here at the table. I got these tables, by the way. I know. I was gonna say I made the table, which is like not very impressive, but like it's just that extra level of detail. These like are intended to be those cheap like plastic chairs you get from like Lowe's or Home Depot or something. I got those from Minerals Workshop. The metal detectors are from the workshop. Like honestly, I've really, there's 2 things that I've tried to make sure I'm doing more in this project that I never did in Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster 1, and that's like use more workshop assets now that we have scaling. Like no shade, but some of y'all make this shit way too big. So being able to scale it, and like if it needs to be scaled, but also people have been making really killer stuff. So that, and then also I knew that I really wanted to make like these custom graphics and stuff. Like this is one, obviously the ticket booths, the park pass, all of that stuff has been completely custom that I've made. And I just feel like it adds like the extra layer of character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure. Looks so good.
So we will go inside. Actually, before we do that, this is like guest relations. This one, I think I've just basically, in my mind, it's just like storage because there's a little quick service restaurant on the other side. So like maybe this would be where they keep, you know, products that need to be refrigerated or like something like that, or just general storage for the park would be through there.
Nice.
So we have more of those code of conduct signs. So there's one here, there's one there, just for that extra little oomph of realism.
Love that.
All right, and then once you get inside, you're kind of greeted. This is like the one of the main gift shops. So there's one that's attached to the member entrance, and then this one is like its own little freestanding gift shop that I think they would have probably done around the time that they added this, you know, these buildings here. Once they realized they needed to rework the entrance, because this also feels like very kind of like 70s to me as well. But that was kind of the vibe that I was going for. Eventually, I do want this gift shop and the one at the members entrance to be like actually functional. So in a future episode, we'll do like an interior for those and kind of see where that takes us. But for now, I have just put standard like windows on them.
Yeah, I love this. I love how this turned out.
Yeah, thank you. I actually have one of your assets in here too. We have some ATMs, which, best friend, can we talk about these? These look so good. There was one on the workshop that I did have here at first, and it was good. Like it is really good asset. Like I didn't have to scale it or anything. But once I saw these in Saunders Springs, I was like, hey girl.
You're like, give me?
May I? Mother, may I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you tell that like I made this right after I downloaded like the scaling mod?
Scaling mod.
Because everything is like everything is like shrunk down to the max.
Did the scaling mod change your life? Yes or no?
Yes, it's a completely different game, and I felt like after that I needed to delete everything that I had already done. So, I mean, this is I wanted to, you know, make ATMs that like kind of were just like super detailed, but also like not, because it's, you know, but yeah.
I mean, these are very much to scale. Like these the trash can beside it. It's one that Mineral is like one of the first ones Mineral put on the workshop, but it actually has a functional trash can in it. So like you can imagine like a person standing there. Like the ATMs are very much to scale. And then the same thing with this Pepsi Max vending machine.
Yes. So good.
Yeah. There is park security here as well. So this is kind of like another area. So that building on the other side was park or guest services. It's also lost and found if you're inside of the park. So it's kind of like multi-purpose. And then of course, park security is pretty self-explanatory.
Love it. And again, another merger of like the two building styles.
Yeah.
And like
I love
two different
this.
eras.
Yeah, this like juxtaposition of two, like not only are they different styles, they're not even the same color, and I love that.
And they didn't bother, but like it somehow works.
Yeah, I forget where the blue and white building came from, and if somebody recognizes it in the comments, like feel free to say. I want to say, oh my god, I don't know. I genuinely can't remember. It is a water park in the U.S.
Yeah.
But they are, I think they're red and white maybe. But yeah, I don't know what made me want to choose this color because it's very different from this.
Yeah.
But once I did it, it kind of just like created its own little like character and moment, and I was like, all right, it has to stay.
So good.
So once you enter, you have your stroller rentals if you need to get one of those. This is one of just like the standard locker rental areas. There's going to be several, but this is kind of what I was saying before is like these are like paid lockers. If you're a member, you get the much bigger lockers that are just, they come with your pass. Like they're not an additional purchase when you visit. Your member card or whatever, if it's on your phone or if it's a hard card, whatever the park would have decided to do, well, it's like almost work like a fob that just opens the locker for you.
Nice. And you made these lockers?
Yeah, I did. I think I actually shared these with you as well.
Yes.
They're just very like generic, just like a combination style locker.
Yeah.
And maybe over the years they just decided to hand out a key for it. That I don't know. I just work here. I don't manage it, so I couldn't tell you. But you have all day rental for the strollers is $25, or you get, of course, a little discount if you are a member, which I think is pretty standard. Like if you have like a season pass or membership card, you would get discounts on certain things in the park.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. These strollers, I should have written all of this down before. These are also from the workshop, and I will be sure to try to drop them in the description. But this was also one of the very first things that I found on the workshop, and I didn't have to scale it. Like it's perfect. And I was like, damn, y'all really came to play this time around. Love that.
Love it.
Also, I love the difference in wall. So like it's like wood over here where the lockers are, and then like stucco or plaster on the side to kind of match the exterior of the building.
One of my favorite details of this rental area is that like really thin fence on the side. We cannot skip over that because I don't know why that's so good to me.
It really is. Let me see if I can get a better view of it because I don't want to go all the way down here.
Right.
But yeah, this is there's two different lattice posts that are in game. One of them is slightly thicker than the other. This is like the really, really thin one. And even in vanilla without the scaling mod, it gets very, very skinny.
Okay.
So it makes a cute little like iron metal post.
It's so
fence.
Good.
Yeah. Like I think like you see the larger piece that's kind of like the end piece of the fence.
Yeah.
I think that's how big it is just in game. Like 100% scaled, and then this is down to like 10 or 20% or something.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. We have some little markers here because this does start to slope down. It's just like a kind of watch your step type moment. But yeah, like I said, we'll eventually do an interior for the gift shop. We'll be able to go in and we'll actually set it up with the merchandise counters and racks and stuff like that. I think that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Here is the queue that actually goes on top of the building, which I think is cool. It just feels like they just crammed in this slide. They were like, we want something at the entrance that like can get people hype when they walk in, like, and they built it, and then they're like, oh shit, like, how do you get up there?
we have to make a path.
Yeah. And some engineer was like, well, hell, we can just, have a stair situation that goes on down the building here, goes off to the other side. So that's kind of where that idea came from. But
it's so cool looking.
I think I posted, did I post an image of this on Bro Nation with people actually like walking up it and standing on it? I think I did.
I think so. Yeah, I think you might have.
I did notice though, one of the last few times I was in the file with like actual people in here, for whatever reason, nobody will go on the queue anymore. Like they walk up to it and just turn around and walk away. Like I have closed the slides, I've reopened them, I have moved them, I've removed them and added them back. I have turned off invisible paths just to make sure I'm not missing like a connection somewhere. Like people will not go up there. So
maybe they're just over it.
I guess so. Maybe they're like, this is too intense. Slide 1 and 2 is too intense for me. But yeah, if anybody else, if that's like a bug of some sort that people are aware of and like, let me know. I don't play the game like that enough to know if that's like an issue that other people are having that's been discussed. So so to the left we have more landscaping that you've done for us, and I love that this was once a working functional fountain that broke at some point in time, and they were just like, okay, well, we don't want to spend the money to fix it, nor do we have the money to fill this in with concrete, so just throw some plants in there.
It's very that. And I think, I mean, especially like in Southern California, like I can't tell you the amount of times I have seen a defunct fountain turned into a planter. So I mean, we kind of just copied the motif of what's in like the entrance area and just copied that here. I also feel like the flowers that are on the very top, like the very top of the fountain, will maybe last like a week in this heat.
Oh yeah,
and then be shriveled up
and dead as a doornail. And are they going to take them out? Hell no.
No, it's just going to burn away.
Yeah, literally. Oops, sorry. But yeah, I love that. Did you? I recognize this bottom, like the main base piece, but like what are these also fountain, like end-game fountains for the second tier and like the top tier?
So none of them are fountain pieces. They are all
they're planters.
They're planters turned upside down.
Interesting.
And well, so the one on the bottom is just a very scaled up planter.
Okay.
And then the other two pieces are upside down planters, and then I had to kind of add my own dirt like at the bottom of them to make it seem like they're planted. But I like the design that's on the edges of them.
Yeah, I do too. Like especially the top one and the one in the middle. It's like very, very detailed, and ironically it looks like the fountains that I've seen. So I was shocked that it's not actual fountain pieces.
Yeah, they're just the in-game planters.
But good job, friend. Love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I also made this like a while back. This is just like a little sunscreen station, and it is functional as well. I love the little sunscreen bottles.
Yes.
But yeah, we want to protect the fun here at Action Park at Electric Ocean. So make sure you don't burn yourself. Wear plenty of sunscreen. You're not required to wear a banana boat. You can wear copper tone, whatever floats your boat. Just wear something, girl. Please. For the love of Mary.
Yeah.
I do want to show you. Let's actually look at the member stuff. So I think you have a visual reference of kind of how like those other lockers are like maybe a half, maybe even a third this size. So like as a member, you get like a much larger locker that can fit several things, not just like a bag or like a shirt or fanny pack or something. So
right, and you can tell that these are like also a lot newer.
Yeah, and they're like intended to be digital. Like I said, you would scan your pass over. Like the red one obviously is occupied, so like you would just scan your phone or if you have like a physical like hard card, you could scan it over the little green sensor and it would unlock for you.
Just like pops open. Nice.
Got some Pepsi machines here. I've done a little bit on the interior, so like we won't actually go inside, but like this will be one of the main gift shop areas. But just to kind of dress up the outside, I did go ahead and place again some blueprints. This little white rack is actually mine, but everything else is a blueprint.
Nice.
Yeah. This also feels very Twin Palms to me.
Very. A lot of this park is very Twin Palms coded. So it's very nice. I mean, even like just like down to like the logo. So it makes sense.
Yeah. And I will say I had some different wheels on here at first, and they looked okay, but like this was like on the cusp of me downloading the scaling mod, and the scaling mod actually allowed me to get like a more accurate like style, like little wheel that you would see on a rolling rack. So
insane.
Thanks again. It's basically just like an homage to the scaling mod. We have this little wall here, which I think is cool. Like, I feel like this could be a cool like photo moment.
Yeah.
Or something, you know, and this is like an actual functional bench below it too, so people actually sit here, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
So just a spot to go ahead.
I also love that it's just like a nice visual break from like all of like the very hard lines and hard like materials that are being used. It's nice to just kind of have like a hedge wall, you know, to kind of like it's a very needed visual break.
And I will say this hedge wall is very square because it's intended to look fake. Like, it's not, these would be fake hedges. This is definitely not real. So like, it's that like rubbery plastic shit that gets like sun faded. But yeah, this is also like a cool area to wait because we also have the family changing room, which is right here.
Yes.
And it does connect. It actually, you can exit here through these doors. There's doors on the other side of the water fountains. But there's also like a main exit on the other side of this building that goes right out to like the slides and stuff.
Wow.
But so future expansions will kind of go this way, also straight back on the other side of this building. And then most of there's not going to be a lot of, this is mostly going to be a water park. So let me just clarify that because I know you do see some rides in the background, which I'm trying not to focus too much on because they're very incomplete and they're very not my part of the project. And I want that person to be able to speak to it when the time comes.
Right.
But my idea was that kind of over the years, like obviously it started as a water park. We kind of established that with the members entrance, there was like maybe a public pool, and maybe that got upgraded to a wave pool, like when that became a thing. And then they slowly started adding slides. And I would say just over the years, they maybe realized that it just wasn't bringing in the amount of revenue that it took to like keep the park up. And they had like convinced a investor to maybe drop money on a big attraction, something that they were like, okay, I think we want to shift away from like water park and maybe do like actual theme park. And just over the years, they kind of went back and forth on like water slides and actual like non-water attractions. But just for the most part, it's going to be a water park with like a handful of like other rides, mostly flats, maybe 1, 2, 3 coasters max. But it's just not intended to be that. It's intended to mostly be a water park that turned into like a family fun park where it's kind of like there's a little bit of everything for everybody to do. So
well, and I think that makes sense. I mean, especially like when you're looking where this is located, like in Southern California, it's like you obviously have like the staple like theme parks like the Disneyland and then like, you know, Knott's Berry Farm, but then you have also like these really small parks that also like want to compete in some way with these like bigger things. So it's like, you know, adding a roller coaster and adding some other flat rides is like a way to kind of keep people local and keep people like able to come to their park if they're not able to like, you know, go to the Disney's, like, you know, kind of keeping them here. So it totally like makes sense as well.
Yeah, definitely all of that. So like it very much has kind of its own like little niche of like customers and like people that would be paying the price to visit here versus, like you said, something like a Disney or a Knott's. I mean, maybe Six Flags Magic Mountain, but like that would be more like thrill seeking, whereas this is more like family oriented.
Right. And it's, I mean, like Six Flags too is also just like so far and like out of the way. So it's like, you know, a lot of this stuff is like more for like the locals, I would think.
Yeah, very that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that note and clarification.
Of course.
Before we move to the other side, even though this area is unfinished, I do want to show one thing because anybody who knows me knows that this just absolutely tickles my fancy. And that is whatever this is going to be.
It's so good.
It's just so good. It really takes me there, friend. Like, I love Memphis Group. Like, that's always been one of my very favorite architectural / design styles. And I actually saw this when I was watching like a walkthrough video for Cedar Shores at Cedar Point. It's actually a swim up bar in one of their pool areas. But I thought that it could be cool to basically be like a freestanding like vendor where you can get like photos, or if there's like additional add-on services where I don't really know what they would be, but like just we'll figure that out later. But like that was kind of the vibe that I was going for with this. We'll definitely spend more time. I don't know if this is its final resting place or if it's going to be moved around at some point in time, but I did want to just look at that really briefly.
Oh yeah, no, this is, I was hoping that you were going to show this.
All right, so this is one of the last areas we're going to look at today. You can probably kind of tell where you're at now that we've walked around basically everything we're going to see today. So the main entrance is directly in front of us. So where we came in, we took a left, looked at all of that. This is on the other side, like kind of heading towards the coaster that's going to be here in the future. And also more of like the theme park side of things. So when you first walk in, you can take a left or a right. We are on the right side. So we have a quick service little hot dog restaurant here, which I think is very cute. Oops.
And you know it smells so good right here.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, you know, this grill is just on and popping. They put it right here at the entrance for a reason. They're like, let's grab them by the nose as soon as they come in.
I mean, I would be going here right away.
I think this is from Worlds of Fun, if I'm not mistaken. I just found it like off the beaten path in like a corner somewhere. And I was like, oh, this is mine. This is going in. Electric Ocean for sure.
So good.
We did some custom signage here. The ballpark hot dog hot takes. That is just something that I found on Google Images. No AI. It is Google Images. And then I just kind of built like a brand around the color and the theming, the vibes that I got from that ad. So this is Harry's Hot Dogs. They are prepared fresh every single day. Girl.
Period. Between all of that.
Period. We had to really emphasize that. I also like just these little like random signs like the make it a combo and the drinks, which were in the reference. I just kind of replicated what was there.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Thanks. A little side thing that I like is this is on a slope as well. You can see that yellow line that kind of indicates that. And you can also see it on this building here, like the foundation kind of goes, you can see where it goes down. With that metal dingy door, that would be another storage area because we're actually connected to like a backstage entrance, which goes here and here, and then just additional storage there. But yeah, one of the small things I like, of course, is the elevation change, but also how the fence, it doesn't slope with the slope of the terrain. It just steps down little by little as it goes. I thought that was kind of a cute touch. So
yeah, I love that.
But yeah, this is all that we're going to look at today. I'm going to jump back out here in a bit. We'll do like a quick cut. But I like the little see you soon sign. I thought that was kind of cute because on the other side of this is the Electric Ocean sign. So you have a little moment when you come in and when you leave the park.
Perfect.
All right. What do you think, friend? Be honest.
It's I hated it.
What if you were like, do I have to? Do I have to be honest? Well, honestly,
you just hear me log out.
It's so bad. I would be devastated.
No, I mean, I have been telling you. Well, okay, I've been telling you like you have to show this off, and I've also been telling you like once you kind of like built this, like what we're looking at right now, like when it comes to like the entrance area and stuff, I was saying like you have to show off this version because like I mean, we both kind of like will build something and then delete it like 7 times over. And I said, you can't do that. And if you do, like, at least show this, So I love this project. It's very you. It's also very like Southern Californian, and I'm so excited to see like the progress of this because like you said before, like especially this view right here. This is gonna be like the view that keeps on giving. Like it's gonna keep growing, and even just in this shot right here, like you can just see so many of like the different, historical elements that popped up, like, like during like as time like went on. So I love it, and I love how you can kind of see that as you're walking throughout the entire park, even though we've only been through like a little bit of it. But amazing job.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's definitely been a labor of love, but I mean, I've mentioned before, like in other various videos that we've done, like I like to say that I'm not like a creative person. Like I typically have to follow a reference like really, really closely. But sometimes when I am having like a creative episode, like I can really hammer out some stuff really fast. I just have to really strike while that iron is hot. So to speak. But yeah, I feel like I got really lucky. I got very #blessed with the creativity. That it was like I made one thing and then creatively I was like, oh, what about this and this? And that was kind of like the first time that's happened in a project that I've done by myself. So that was exciting. Right. And it's even more exciting to actually get it in a place where I'm like sharing it with you guys. So it means a lot to me for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said before, like this style is very hard to nail, especially like, for it to be, like something that, I don't know, because a lot of the times like this style can be like quote unquote boring, like if you're just looking at it like in real life, so I love like how you've been able to, just build in that generic style, and it's so charming, and it has so much like character, but it's literally just like these generic builds, which is hard to do in the game. Like it's easy to like embellish something with like so many details, but it's like you stuck to the reference, and obviously like you added like your own flair here and there, but like it's crazy how you were able to take all these different references and put them all together to make like one quote unquote non-cohesive thing, because obviously like these have all been built in like different eras, but like it is cohesive in the end because it just like works somehow all together.
Well, thanks so much, friend. That means a lot coming from you specifically, just because you were always like one of my favorite creators before we even became friends. So like I just feel like time has been very kind to both of us, like in our personal lives and in our
our creative lives or whatever.
Our careers.
Our creative careers.
So I'm just excited to not only share this with everybody, but like also for you to see it too. Like it means a lot that you like it. So
it's been really cool. Like obviously like seeing like the development of this, but like even just seeing it like in this state and like really being able to like take a tour and like you explaining everything and seeing like these finishing touches that I haven't really seen like yet. So I mean it was almost like seeing it like for the first time. Cool. So yeah, so good. I'm like really excited to see like the other stuff that you're going to be adding in the future.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And
of course,
you have an open invitation. So if there's ever anything that if you have just like a creative bug that's like this generic trash, low budget redneck style, situation that you need to like get out of your mind creatively, feel free to let me know. And
of course,
yeah, you can of course do whatever, whenever. Otherwise, I would very much appreciate it if you would be with me for future updates.
Always,
just because I feel like people like to hear us talk.
I think so, or we're just like delusional.
Yeah, well, that's definitely the case, but like I think they also like to hear us talk.
True, very, very true.
All right, we'll go. I guess that is it for today.
Alrighty.
Can't tell you when the next episode will be. I would love for it to be soon. Can't commit to that. Also can't commit that the next time we're here that this entrance isn't totally different, because that's also very on brand for us.
I hope not. Very on brand, and like honestly, if that does happen, I won't be surprised. But like this is so good right now.
Yeah. Well, thanks, friend. Thanks for being here. I know you're like super busy and you got a bunch of stuff going on, so that means a lot to me.
Gosh. Of course, anytime.
Yeah, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.